Welcome to the Daily Influence, where our mission is to deliver a daily dose of positive influence that can uplift you personally or be shared within your sphere of influence. While not every episode may directly apply to your unique circumstances, we strive to provide insights and inspiration relevant to most people's daily, weekly, and monthly lives. Whether you are tuning in during the morning, noon, or night, the Daily Influence is here for you. Listen, share, and embrace the power of influence in your life. Hey everybody, Brian Smith here with the Iron Team series and your Daily Influence. I'm introducing today's show with Greg. She is going to be interviewing Alan Stern, and they're going to talk about marketing and his journey through his career in marketing. But I'm interrupting it because today is the day that Responsible Influence Build the Iron Team is being released. And I want to share that this podcast, Daily Influence, and the work we do at the Iron Team series is about influence. It's about each individual's influence. The topics we choose, the people that we invite to share their influence with you and with us, are all part of what our mission is here at IA Business Advisors and the Iron Team series. And I'm excited that our third book in our series comes out today. And I hope that you will consider and even go out and get yourself a copy. We have it on ebook, we have it on Audible, you can get a CD or a hard copy book. And if you're a listener here and you'd like a copy signed by Mary and I, just reach out to us and we can make that happen for you. I hope that you enjoy Greg's talk with Alan today, and thank you for being a listener at Your Daily Influence.
And welcome to another edition of the Daily Influence. I'm Gregg-Brooke Koleno with the Daily Influence and the Iron Team series, and I'm so happy you're here today for a daily dose of positive influence. My guest today is Alan Stern. I'm super excited to have this conversation with him. So, Alan, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, thank you so much. And you know what, Greg, before we get started, I just wanted to turn it back to you and say thank you so much for the opportunity. Grateful to speak to your audience today.
Can you share a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. So my background for the past decade and a half has consisted of owning a DJ company and selling cars. Two completely unrelated fields, but I've had to master the art of making the phones ring without spending any money. So what I've done actually as of March 31st, that was my last day in the car business, I went full throttle with my business, persona marketing. And now what I do is I teach salespeople and small business owners how to leverage AI so that they can do their own marketing as opposed to outsourcing it.
Congratulations on launching your own business. I am so happy for you, and I've already seen what a positive influence you've had on so many individuals and their businesses already. So I'm excited to have this conversation with you.
I appreciate the opportunity.
So, Alan, tell us about a specific moment or experience when you felt that you made a significant positive impact on someone's life.
Absolutely. So, if I can actually just wind the clock back about 2.5 years ago when I did my first speaking engagement on do-it-yourself marketing, it told me everything that I needed to hear. So I was at a point in my career where I didn't hate selling cars, but it just kind of was a career. It was a job. So what happened was over the course of, aggressively networking and growing that business and getting involved in the community, I had met a lot of people that had said, hey, Alan, we met once at a networking event and I follow you online and I feel like I know you, even though I've only met you once. Can you share with me how you did that? So back in 2022, in January, I decided to just try something new and do a speaking engagement on do-it-yourself marketing. And I had zero expectation. But what was interesting, as soon as I made the announcement and I put it in the world that I'm doing a free event on how to become a one-man content machine, the response from the market was alarming. Fast forward a little bit to the actual event, what I realized is it really charged my battery doing this. Because how you make your money is every bit as important to how much money you make. And as we both know, you take care of the community is going to turn around and take care of you. And it was really cool to just kind of pour my skill set into the audience. And, within the following week to 2 weeks, just see all of the new marketing material and content that people who attended that event we're doing. So that was the first time that I really, really knew that I was onto something, and the market was actually asking me to do more of that.
Well, congratulations on the success from that first event. I know a lot of people that attended. It was a really great event, and people took a lot of valuable knowledge from you in that event.
Thank you.
So, how do you believe acts of kindness, mentorship, or leadership can contribute to creating a more positive and supportive community?
Well, so there's a couple different directions to head with that. For starters, I don't believe that staying stagnant exists. You are either growing or you're dying. And that may seem like kind of a harsh statement, but the reality is nobody's greater than their environment. So when you surround yourself with the right people, in which we tend to do a lot at the networking events that we go to, there's power in community. But as the old saying goes, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're probably in the wrong room. So the best investment that you can make is in yourself, and when you're surrounding yourself with people that are, a level or two higher than you in certain categories, you're learning from them. And when you learn, you never lose. So what I found, though, as far as random acts of kindness is, we live in a time right now where people are, increasingly busy, stressed out, skeptical, and jaded. And there's a lot of scams that are going on. So when you are somebody who just solely focuses in on enhancing somebody's life and adding value, you're never going to have a lopsided relationship. And, with a sales background like yourself, I'm sure you can agree, it's not what you say. It's not even how you say it. It's how your audience feels when they receive the message. And when you just focus in on doing good in the world and genuinely helping people out, what goes around comes around, and everybody wins.
I couldn't agree more. That is a beautiful statement. I agree with it 100%. Thank you for sharing that with us. It is those random acts of kindness and helping others, because it does come full circle.
Absolutely. Especially in the networking world, as the old saying goes, people don't buy from the brand, they buy from the person before they buy from the brand. So when you're out and about genuinely enhancing, your network and your community, eventually it comes back around.
Absolutely. What advice would you give to someone who wants to make a difference but may not know where to start?
Plain and simple, just look for a problem in the marketplace. And there's a couple things that happen there. For starters, in the world of business, we exchange money to solve problems. We both belong to a massive business association, Schaumburg Business Association. Why do we do that? Because they solve the problem of us expanding our network and growing our business. So if you're somebody who's maybe in a transition stage in your career and you're sick and tired of corporate America and maybe you want to go into business for yourself, the best place to start is look for a genuine problem in the market, find a way to solve that problem, and monetize it accordingly. Now, let's say that you're not looking for career opportunities. You're somebody that, is at a stage in your life that wants to make a little bit more of a difference and maybe get involved in a charity or a cause that's near and dear to you. Well, look for a problem or an injustice or some sort of, bad issue in the world. Find a way to alleviate the pain. Find a way to maybe, enhance that area or press the easy button in one way, shape, or form. And now all of a sudden you've just started a nonprofit by, again, solving a problem in the marketplace.
It's really good advice. And a lot of times that comes from your passion too, right? You had this passion of helping people. You had a passion of doing marketing and sales. And you were really good at using AI and being, using the tools and being really creative. And you turned that into your business. And now you're helping so many people.
Hey, I appreciate you bringing that up, and just to kind of relate the problem in the marketplace to there, I've had to be a lot of different people in my life. When you're a DJ, generally speaking, you are behind the scenes until you have to make an announcement. Your job is to provide an atmosphere and make everybody get along based off of the music that you play. However, I equate being a DJ a lot to being a graphic designer or being in charge of creative, because a lot of times you kind of work best when you're left alone because you really have to be in the zone. Now, I had to do that, but when I was in the car business, I also had to learn how to sell. And what I found is you could be great at providing a service and you could be great at selling, but it won't really do you much good until you create opportunities to sell. So you need to learn how to market. And what I found is a lot of people who have a skill set in sales struggle with marketing, and they don't usually have the patience to learn the graphic design or the creative stuff. Marketing, on the other hand, you have a different personality type that knows how to do that, but a lot of times they struggle in the world of sales, and maybe they don't do the graphic design, but they have somebody on speed dial. So what I found, again, getting back to the problem in the marketplace, is if I can show the solopreneur how to do all three of them quickly by leveraging AI, it solves a massive problem in the marketplace. And that is actually how I started my business.
Brilliant. Alan, how do you maintain your own sense of positivity and motivation, especially during challenging times or when faced with negativity?
Yeah, and that's a great question. Two things. Number one, surround yourself with the right people. A lot of times when you go to the networking events that we go to, you're already dealing with people that have either achieved a certain level of success in their life or they are on the path to doing it. So when you surround yourself with the right people, there's power in proximity. The other thing, though, is by listening to podcasts and audiobooks similar to this. That way, you're fueling your brain with the right content, putting yourself in the right mood, taking care of yourself mentally, and ultimately, you know what, work becomes a lot easier because you're able to get into the flow.
Absolutely. That's really good advice. Thank you. I love the idea of surrounding yourself with positive people and others that can help uplift you and those that are smarter than you that you can learn from them. What message or words of encouragement would you like to share with our listeners who aspire to make a positive difference in the world?
Before you work on your business, work on yourself. Because again, a lot of times we look outward, but a lot of times what we really need to do is look inward. Again, you know what? I believe so strongly in this. This is the reason why I named my company Persona Marketing. People don't buy from brands. They buy from the people who represent brands, which means if you are somebody who owns a business, you don't build the business, you build the people, and then the people build the business. So by indirectly working on yourself and your team, everybody wins, because when you have happy employees, all of a sudden your employees radiate their energy. They are in a good mood because morale is high, and now your customers are happy.
I love that advice. Thank you for that. That is amazing. Alan, if people want to get in touch with you, what's the best way to contact you?
Yeah, so the best way to get a hold of me, I'll give you all my digital business card. Just go to connectwithalanstern.com. The correct way to spell it is ALANSTERN. All the social media handles are on there, along with an ebook if anybody wants to download it. But it's the best way to get a hold of me.
I'll also put that in the show notes. Alan, thank you so much for joining us today. I am so grateful to have you in part of my network, have you as a friend, and have you on our show to share your wisdom with us today.
Likewise, Greg. Sincerely appreciate the opportunity today.
And thank you to you, our listeners, for joining us today. We're so grateful that you made us part of your day, and we hope that you continue to join us as you try and have a positive daily dose of positive influence. Bye-bye.